Hey YouTube, Tooty back again, and yes, it's not a Sunday, it is a Friday, it's a Friday evening. So, break from the norm. This is a kind of a one-off special, I suppose. Title is wherever it is around here. Might give it away to some people. But essentially, yeah, I picked this up Monday evening. So yeah, I've just been getting back from work, been absolutely shattered. So Friday I thought I'll have some time, I can just chill out and do it properly. So, a little bit of story behind this. It's not an eBay pickup or anything like that. On the Sunday, I did obviously the usual thing at the car boot. Have you got any video games, old video games, blah blah blah. Youngish couple, like me, and she sort of said no, weren't to walk away. She said, when you say old, call me back, sorry. And she said, old, how, what sort of age you're talking about? So all like old stuff like Atari, Sega, Nintendo. She went, oh, like Sega Saturn. I was like, yeah, kind of. She said, oh, well, my hubby's got some stuff, and he was quite a quiet chap. So I just sort of asked her, I said, oh, like, kind of what? 'Cause I thought if they've got one fucking game, it ain't worth it. So we just pulled some stuff out of the loft. And I thought she was going to say, oh, I'll take your number and I'll give you a call, which 9 times out of 10 leads to nowhere. But no, she gave me her number. Oh, by the way, I think it should be because it's Friday as well, not just because it's a pickup. Yeah, so she gave me a number and I said, oh, okay, well, I'll give you. She said, oh, give us a text or call later on this afternoon after she's done the car boot. So I think not long after I'd made the video on Sunday, I dropped a quick text, just sort of said, like, you know, hi, it's such from the car boot, blah blah, we spoke, etc. Regarding the Saturn stuff that you said you had. So she replied back saying, yeah, give me, so this was like Sunday afternoon, she said, give me Sunday evening and I'll drop you a text back with a list of stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, fine. Thought, oh, here we go. It's going to be like, we haven't had time, a week, 2 weeks on the rumble by and that'll be it. But no, she was true to her word, so she sent me a text back saying, this is what we've got, this is what we're looking for. They did the worst, you know, the killer thing for a collector. Oh, we've priced it all up and it's this much money and it's blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, fucking okay, whatever. So I kind of left it at that. So I ummed and ahed over it Sunday night, Monday. And then texted back and just sort of said, look, would you do X amount? And they sort of said yeah. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to let you make your. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you how much it was. I'm going to let you make your own minds about that. I'm sorry if I keep pausing to have a drink, but it's been a long fucking week, and Fridays is my night just to chill out and have beers and usually watch YouTube. So. So it's all just Saturn. It's all just Saturn stuff. So for me, although I have got both Mark 1 and Mark 2, I can't remember now, my Mark 2 is the one that can use the bypass chip, which I've got, but I think the laser's fucked on it, so I never bothered with it. So I've still got it, still got both models. And I've obviously got some games. So what I've got here is a mixture of games and peripherals. So I'll just go through what I picked up from this lady and gentleman. So a couple of cheap books, Saturn Power and the Mean Machine Saga, nothing special. Boatload. I don't know, they seem to think these were worth some money. I don't know, but obviously some magazines do hold the value. I'm not, again, probably someone like Shock 16, some of the big Saturn guys out there who are really into it will know. But yeah, I mean, shit ton of official Sega Saturn magazines. I'll quickly just flick through them because someone might think, you know, that's a. He did sort of say subscribe to this magazine, so they did mention that there might be some more stuff in the loft, but I doubt they're going to give it to me. You never know. Let's say someone got all the discs on there, but I haven't seen any of the discs. What I might do is drop them, give them another text to just sort of say, look, any joy in finding them bits out. Let's say someone like Shocks, he'll probably have a better idea of I mean, to be honest, the covers in that are in really good condition. They've just got the normal shelfware on the spine, so yeah, quite a few magazines there. I haven't, like I say, I've barely even had a chance to even look through most of this. I mean, like properly. I've obviously checked it when I bought it and that, but. So, a load of magazines. Console, and it's got the SCART lead. So there's that. Oh, and there's the console, which is not in. Unfortunately, the only, well, not the only, but one of the bad things is there's no box for the console, which is surprising when I show you some of the other stuff. So I thought it was box, but yeah, it's no biggie really in that respect. I'll probably leave the games till last, I reckon. So, peripheral wise, actually one of these might give away some of the games, or some of the origin of the games. So I've got boxed backup memory. It's got the instructions in there. The card, so that's quite good actually. I mean, you see the memory cards all over the place, but generally you don't see on box, and you know, not with the manuals. So like I say, even, you know, that's what threw me. All the peripherals and stuff are all kind of boxed. The fucking main console's got no box. So yeah, this is probably going to give it away anyway. Again, quite unusual and quite expensive in relative terms. It's an Extra Memory Play Plus 4 meg, boxed. Again, with all the manual. In really good condition. So that's the one that's got the port on the top. Again, I don't know a great mass detail about the Saturn, because it was a console that I just didn't get involved in back in the day. I think at this point, this was like the PlayStation era, and to be honest, like, I think I've mentioned this tons of times before, but I'll say it again. I didn't have a PlayStation, didn't have it at launch. I got it a couple months later, I think. Chipped it, played a few copy games, and then I had the N64 with the Z64. So I was a bit of a pirate, bit of a Captain Jack. But I was into the games, you know. I wasn't really a collector per se, you know, and I think that's probably why now it's kind of like, you know, it's just that regret thing. So the other item, which will definitely give it all away, is an ST key. So allow you to play import games on your Sega Saturn, and again it's boxed. Box has been squished, but it's boxed nonetheless. With the insert, so it's pretty funky. Box has seen better days, to be honest, but it's just squished. It's just been squished. I don't know. It's obviously been. These have all been in his loft. I think I might have mentioned that. Where do we go next? Right. Nice peripheral. I think Mr. Walshsock Daz doesn't rate this joystick. I've got no comment because, again, like I said, Saturn's relatively, to me, and you know, I have no real opinion on it. But it's the Virtua Stick, a boxed Virtua Stick. All in there, albeit a little bit dusty from being in the loft, obviously. I haven't actually even took this out, so I doubt there's anything underneath it. Yeah, this is the one that's not micro-switched, I remember him saying. It's got the manual in there. Yeah, see, we've got the manual up. It's all in there. I'll probably need to adjust that. I can't remember which one he said is the best joystick for the Saturn. There's one that's micro-switched, I can't think. But still nice to have. Okay. This is quite nice to get, boxed. I'm a little bit confused, so someone might be able to clarify something for me. So I've got the 3D controller, which is the Nights into Dreams one. Okay, and it's got it all in there. I'm not going to get it all out, but it's the 3D controller. So the copy of Nights that come with is the CD based one, okay, which is fine. But then the manual is kind of like the big box version, because I know there's a big box version of this. So I don't know, did this come with the box and that as a whole? If that makes sense, or was this? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if this has got the instructions. So there's no instructions with it. So is that like how that came? I don't know. I think it is, because I say, I mean, you can tell by the way some of the stuff's kept. It's, you know, he looked after it to a degree. He looked after it. I mean, for a kid, he looked after it. Right, the games. This is obviously where it hinges on, because that's quite a nice. You know, if you sort of see that little bundle, you think, that's all right. Okay, I'll try and do these in relative order. If I still wasn't no idiot, I knew what stuff was worth as unfortunately as they did as well. So, and to be fair, apart from one game, yeah, all these are in. I mean, even though some of them are shitty games, they're the best conditioned, shittiest games I've seen. There goes the phone. Right. So first up is, and again, some of these I've got, so some of these are duplicates. So if anyone's interested in some of these, and I'm pretty sure I know which ones I've got, give me a shout. But they're not worth a great deal, I know they're not, but these are in way better condition than my ones. So, and I think most, if not 99% of them are boxed with complete. So we've got Tomb Raider. Again, even the boxes, and we know how shit the Saturn boxes are. I mean, these are, I can't stress. It's even got all the little things. I mean, these are immaculate. They really are immaculate, and you know, for some people it's Tomb Raider, but in Tomb Raider in that condition, I mean, you can see there's like very little to no, just very tiny on the cardboard spine, just there, the shelfware. And most of them are like that. Another game, I can't remember if I've got this or not, but it's Magic Carpet. Nice plastic boxes. I do like these style of ones, and again, these are immaculate. Look. Absolutely immaculate. The manual's got like some creases in it, but you can see it's like he's bought it from the shop today. So the chap really looked after his stuff. This one I know I've got, but I think I've got it in the normal crappy version, not this clamshell. And it's Manx Superbike TT in a nice plastic case. And these have hardly been used, you know. Real good example. I mean, just check. It is. I mean, like I said, this game isn't worth a great deal, but just the condition of these things, it's again another. It's not a shit game. I shouldn't say that. Another very, very common game, but and again another one. I mean, this has got nowhere. It's only Sega Rally, but I mean, look. There's absolutely. There's nothing. There's no wear on it whatsoever. It's. You know, when I've sort of seen the games, not yeah, but the condition of them, it's just. Like I say, he said to me subscribe to the Saga magazine, and you could tell he obviously loved his games. Another very common one. This one's the case has got some bobbling to it. It's Virtua Fighter 2. But I'm going to show you all these insights because I know everyone will get fucking sick to death of it. But it's just, they're just, you know, I don't think I've seen this amount of stuff in such good condition. Again, I haven't got Last Bronx, again in these lovely plastic clamshell cases. And again, with all the bits, all the advertisements, the lot. Again, I mean, some of these obviously I know of. This one I was like, no, I've never heard of this one before. Another one in the plastic clamshell, steep slope sliders. sort of snowboarder. So I'll show this one because I mean everyone's seen this, but I'm not sure. Again, I have no real view on this, but this is a nice one to get. Again, another one of the plastic clamshells. There's not many of them that are in them cardboards. Fighters Mega Mix. Again, with all the advertisements. So I mean, some of these games are probably worth, you know, on average 10 quid tops-ish, 8 quid, whatever. But I think in this condition, I mean, they are collector's condition. You know, there's no ifs or buts. This is the only one that's missing the manual, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure it's the only one, or one of the only ones. So if anyone's got a spare manual for this, give me a shout, because I'd really love to get hold of one. Very well liked game on the PlayStation. I've got both of them, because there's 2 of these. I'm pretty sure there's only one on the Saturn, which is this one, Croc, Legend of the Gobos. Again, in a nice plastic case. But unfortunately, like I say, missing the manual. So if anyone does have a spare manual for Croc on Saturn knocking about, please give me a shout. This one was quite interesting because when I went to pick it up, we were chatting a little bit. I say he's a shy guy, not shy guy out of Mario, but he was a guy who was shy. And he did sort of say he thought this one would be worth a lot more money and stuff like that. Because obviously, like I mentioned, they did go and check and whatever, which is fine. You know, they knew what they had. Okay, put it that way. And I did sort of say to him, said, yeah, look, rarity doesn't equate to better games. Because obviously he said this is a really good game. I said, yeah, I know it's a pretty good game, but trust me, it's not, because it's not worth money from that respect. So he was looking at it from a gaming perspective. You know, this is a really good game, and because it's a little bit older, it's worth more money. And when he checked it, obviously realised it wasn't. So it kind of threw him a little bit, I think. But it's a nice game to have anyway. Again, in another plastic clamshell, it's Sonic R. So I remember seeing this. Probably one of the first couple of months when I was back, sort of trying to collect in Game Station. And they had this for, what were they selling the old games for? I think it's $7.99. I think it's $7.99. And I remember umming and ahhing about it, because at the time they were doing a deal. I think it was like 2 for £5 or 2 for £6 or something like that. I remember saying to the manager at Game Station, well, can't you reduce that one down and include it in the deal? He was like, no, that's individually priced. It's a bit of a bummer. But again, I mean, it's absolutely immaculate condition, guys. But his wife was there. She was sort of chipping in and stuff, because she was the main one I dealt with in terms of like buying stuff, procuring the stuff off them. But then when I was sort of in there, it was mainly the chap I was speaking to, and she sort of said about all the Sonic games. She goes, I bet Sonic 1's worth loads of money. And I was like, no, it's not. I said the rarity sort of whole thing, and I explained it to her. I said, look, it's more based on the games that didn't sell, and the reason, and 9 times out of 10 the reason I didn't sell is because they were shit. So hence why, just because the game's rare, it doesn't mean to say it's the best game. 9 times, you know, a lot of the times we all know the rare games are actually like a pile of shit. So it was a bit of a weird conversation. I think I had to sort of bring them down to earth a little bit, but you know, they kind of knew what they had. So yeah, what we got there, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 games there. 10 games, all the peripherals. What do you think, price wise? Excuse me. Oh dear. So when I sort of spoke to them, they were sort of saying they priced it all up. This is what they think it's worth, etc. And they sort of said this thing like, oh, my brother. She said, oh, my brother reckons it's this, this, and this. We'll sell this, this, and this, and then what we don't sell, we'll put on eBay. Like, we'll sell this game, we'll sell that, we'll sell this separate. My brother knows some collectors we've sent some emails out to some collectors and all this kind of crap. Which, to be fair, if they hadn't known what they'd got, which they clearly sort of did, I would have been inclined to call their bluff. But I was like, you know what? And they weren't very far from where I live. Literally, probably about 4-minute drive. I could have probably walked to their house, but it would have took me about 15 minutes. So you wouldn't have seen any of this on eBay. Never went on eBay. Never went on Gumtree. Never appeared anywhere, apart from perhaps these fictitious collectors may have known about it. And apparently one of them had sort of said to us, send a courier to pick it up and all this kind of shit, which there's no doubt they probably would have done. But I say on the Monday I was a little bit like, sort of thought about it, undenied about it, and I thought, well, you know, sometimes when the deal's too good to not take it, and you think, actually I should just fucking take it. And I thought to myself, well, even if I'd sort of sold on, I don't know, one of my box SNESes or whatever to buy it, it's worth it in the end, really, isn't it? Because Saturn stuff you don't see much of. So you're probably all thinking, that's alright, that's a nice little bundle there. Ain't really all that though. You're right. Because they were the ones that were okay. These are the good games. This is where the fucking meat and potatoes are, boys. Gills, if there isn't any Gills watching. Right. Because as you must have realised, there was an import cart there. There's no foreign games. It's the only one that's not complete. Bit of a pisser. It's missing the cover and it's missing the insert, which I'm guessing would carry the manual on these ones. So it's a Japanese version of X-Men vs Street Fighter. I say it's got not that we can even read it, but it's got whatever. So I don't suppose there's anybody out there that's got. And like I say, I'm pretty sure that the insert is the manual on these models. So on these versions, again, it's just a CD case. So fucking bonus. Right, the other one, another Japanese one. I don't know what that is. All right, didn't even notice that. Not very rare or anything. I'll probably need to swap that out because that's collapsed in. Yeah, the insert's definitely got the manuals in. It's dead or alive. Nah, it's got it on the spine, seeing in English. It's even got, this is, like I say, he loved his game, it's even still got the little mail away. Tecmo. There you go. I'm going to struggle now to put these in any sort of order because of I don't know. Probably something like this, perhaps. This is probably the worst conditioned out of all the games. Out of all ball. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I think it's just a label, but because it's sticker on cardboard, it looks worse than it is. So, yeah, a bit of shelf, a bit of fade actually. It looks like you must have had them. Well, that one's no, that's the only one. So anyway, sorry I'm waffling. Street Fighter Alpha 2, and as you can see, it's just that. But I think it's just the label. It's just the way the writing is. It looks like it's actually ripped the cardboard, but it's not on close inspection. Again, all in there. Beautiful condition. So that one I should just be able to take that off. Quick question for Saturn collectors. They've all got these little bits of tape on, which I'm sure was a standard, especially with these cardboard ones. Like that there. Is it worth trying to get that cardboard off? That sellotape off the cardboard, just leave it be? See, I don't want to. It's not doing any harm, but it don't look. I don't know. I'm a bit weird like that. I like everything to be no stickers on it. Let me know. I'm not going to attempt to do it if everyone says, actually no, fucking leave it. Don't, you know, it'll wreck the cover. Sticking with beat 'em up. This one's a bit weird actually because I think the manual's way too big for the case. And that is Night Warriors Darkstalker's Revenge. It looks absolutely fucking brilliant, I must admit. I remember seeing this in the arcades, but I remember seeing Darkstalkers. And it's a Street Fighter clone, isn't it? Again, this is probably the worst one. It's got like some scuffing just there, and a little bit up there. Again, the obligatory stickers. But the manual, look, it doesn't close properly because the fucking manual's massive. It's massive. But again, in absolutely fucking brilliant condition. Can't fault the condition of them. Yeah. You know, I'm not an anal collector in that respect. You know, I don't like, oh god, it's got to be perfect. But I'm pretty sure, look, if this come up for auction as a game, you know, there's a copy of Night Warriors Darkstalker's Revenge on Fleabay or whatever. I don't know, 35, 40 quid maybe. I don't know. But given the condition, you know, the condition is got to add a couple of quid onto them. It's got to. I know. So these next ones, I'm just putting them in a rough order, so people might argue, that one's better than that one, I don't know. Just what I'm going by, what I know from my own sort of experience. This one really chuffed to get actually, because I know it's awesome. I've seen this one at replay. Again, the cardboard's coming away a little bit on this one, admittedly. He must have had this from New. I'll show you, but it's a Saturn Bomberman. Got the sticker on there. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's worth taking off or not. People can let me know. But this is the 1 to 10 player. Absolutely brilliant. A little bit of shelf wear on there, on the edges. But like I say, what makes me think he had this from New is it, like most of the games, it's still got all the paraphernalia in there, all the adverts and everything. And the manual's absolutely pristine. So that's pretty good haul. You know, that's a nice little collection of Saturn games there, for sure. No doubt about it. But it doesn't end there. Last 4. So I'll give it away. So I can't do another pause again. Can't keep hanging on any longer. Next one is a lovely clamshell. I don't know. It looks. I think I've got this on the PlayStation. I think. But anyway, it is Marvel Superheroes. Again, lovely clamshell. I mean, I don't know why they didn't just stick to these clamshells. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Brilliant cases. They hold everything fine. And again, you know, this guy just kept everything super condition. Obviously, slightly easier with these cases. These cases, he says. I mean, I just don't know. I don't understand their logic. Wonderful. Right. Here we go. Slight mark on the cover here. Bit of bobbling because it's one of the bloody cardboard cases. We've got a copy of Panzer Dragoon II or Panzer Dragoon II, and you can see there. And I'm wondering if that's where he's tried to take the sellotape off. Hence why I'm thinking, fuck it, I'm going to leave it on the others because it ain't worth it. But you know, these are just immaculate, absolutely freaking immaculate. I can't stress the condition of these. So you know there's two. There's two more. I don't know what order to do these in because I'm not, like I say, I know one of them is very sought after. It's kind of like the Holy Grail. And that's probably give it away. And the other one I didn't even know existed. I've had a look on the old Flea of the Bay, and there's only one on there. Which I don't know if that means it's there or just all the rest of them have been sold. I don't know. But the other game is it's more sought after, but it's more widely available. So I don't know which order to do these in. I don't suppose it particularly matters. And everyone's going, shut the fuck up, Tooty. Just show the fucking games, motherfucker. Right. So I'm probably more chuffed to get this game, truth be told. More, like I say, more for the fact that I didn't even know it existed. And it's in, again, fucking excellent condition. And a lovely plastic clamshell. So I'm so happy it's in that. And what you know what the real kicker is? The guy's still got the price he paid for it on here. It's just... Oh. Anyway, without further ado, it is Mega Man X3. That cover, look at... I mean, to be fair, this must be one of the best cover arts that the fucking Western world ever seen. I mean, that's just Japanese-esque all over it. Absolutely wonderful. Look at that. Oh yeah, and then, by the way, look. Fucking 25 quid. Back to the Future, where's that time machine? Fucking Ada. You'd go back and just fill your boots, wouldn't you? It looks an absolutely wonderful game. I must admit, I haven't even played any of these yet, guys. I've just got enough energy and time to do this video. And this is just, it's absolute, I can't, it's just fucking immaculate. I mean, I probably need to get a 1080p camera just to so you can see it, but the manual doesn't look like it's been touched. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful condition. And quite nice actually, that sticker actually has a Saga logo on it. So, that's pretty fucking awesome. And then obviously to round it all off, this game I actually got them to knock the price down a little bit because they didn't mention this in there, and I was a little bit disappointed. I was a bit of a twat, not a twat, but a bit of an anal twat in terms of, oh, it's got that on it. But they didn't mention that because they kept banging about these collectors and all this shit. So I've got it, so it's done, it's dusted, and it's one of the holy grails of Saturn collecting, and that is Panzer Dragoon Saga. So what I got in a bit of a pissy about, and I think this, I've seen a couple on eBay, it's that there, look. So what I've done, which is probably a little bit sacrilegious, but I thought I'm not having that split anymore. On the inside I've just taped it on the inside just to stop it going any further. You can't see it, no one knows, makes no fucking solid difference, but it stops it getting any worse. You know, I mean, this is the holy grail of it all. And once again, you know, I'll just show you that both sets are both in absolutely immaculate. Like, you know, all the other stuff, it's in pristine condition. It's like I say, it's collector's condition. You know. I mean, I don't even think that the manual's not been thumbed. It's not been opened. It's not been touched. It's not nothing's happened to it. Like I've been in a fucking time capsule. So, like I say, given, like I mentioned before, at the start of the video, they kind of knew what they had. And they sort of said, oh, it's worth this much. Obviously they didn't say that to me because that's just me doing a voice. But on email they sort of said, it's worth this much. We've got it priced up and it comes to this much. And I was like, fuck that. You know, and when he sort of said the price, I was like, no, I can't. And I was honest with him. I said, look, I'm a collector. It's not going to go. I'm not a reseller. It's not going to be broken up and sold on. I mean, admittedly, my duplicates would be, but these ones are in, like, showed you, immaculate condition. They're not going anywhere. I tried to sort of play to the. I don't know if they had any sort of collecting morals. I don't know. It's going to a good home. Yada yada. All that shit. Didn't really matter because I think they were just interested in the money. Like I said, quoted. They've spoke to this collector, that collector. So you could see why on the sort of Sunday night I was like, fucking, you know, the price they quoted was like way too much, even for it that I could afford. Mulled over it, etc. Worked out a few things. If I sold this and I sold that and sold whatever, and I could put it all together. What could I get? What could I afford? And to be fair to the wife, she sort of said, "Well, look, I can lend you," because obviously I didn't have any cash. I've got collateral. It's got no cash. So she, you know, she's an absolute diamond and said, "Oh, look, I can lend you it. Give me the money back," kind of thing. So I had a certain amount of cash that I could offer. So I said, "This is what I've got," and I thought I'd got it at that price. And then they come back and said, "Oh, this collector said he's got for this much, and you can send this is the, like, you can send a courier over, blah blah blah." And I thought, you know what, for that measly amount of money, what they were on about, I thought, fuck it, I thought bollocks to it. Right, that's it. Managed to find the extra bit. Went right, I'll take it. So I went round. Obviously, like I said, I did get I got 10 quid off because of the cover there, but 10 quid's 10 quid at the end of the day. 10 quid at a car boot could make, I could, you know, buy some games and whatever, and turn it to a bit more money. So I thought, wow, bollocks to it. So that's what I did. So I'm not going to tell you how much it was. I think people will have formed their own opinions. Was it a good deal? Yes, I think it was a good deal in terms of what I've got. It's not the console. The peripherals, I think, are probably, well, the peripherals are worth more than the console, especially in that condition, boxed and with the manuals. More so like the memory card and that. Not as much as the Virtua Stick. But obviously the games is a clincher, you know. I mean, Panzer Dragoon Saga, I think I've seen it go for about 130 lately, but it's condition, and I've seen the box that it's in, and the box is fucking battered. I mean, the only problem with my one that I've got there is that tear across the top. Other than that, it's mint, and the same with the rest of the games, and I think that's the difference, you know. When people say, "Oh," and to be fair, the way they priced it up, and I checked against it, they didn't go like the top end, and they didn't go bottom. They went sort of kind of middle-ish. So I got a bit of a deal, I think, anyway. But what it has enabled me to do in terms of the Saturn, especially the card, is opens up the Japanese market. I did mention my other Saturn, I think it's Mark II, the one with the oval buttons. I think that's a Mark 1. Oval buttons is Mark 2. I think that's the one that can use the bypass chip. I'll have to check, because if it's Mark 1, I'll just put the chip into that fucker, and I don't need the card then. But yeah, it opens up the whole Japanese market, so stuff like In the Hunt and stuff I can start getting involved in a little bit, because to be honest, the Saturn was a fringe system for me anyway at best, but this kind of spurred my interest. Probably, yeah, get me involved in it a little bit, I think. So, hope you enjoyed it, guys. Don't know if that classes me as a Saturn collector now. Maybe not. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Probably Sunday. Take it easy.